Disclaimer. This video is made for entertainment purpose only. It doesn't mean to hurt anyone, and don't take it seriously.
This is where we're going to start because it always seems to be the same. The same game. He always has a problem with his phone.
What happened? Are you naked? Why do you have an animated?
Why not?
I don't know. You're
Why not?
animated.
Why
I'm
not
not
do
even
this?
there.
Why not do this, right?
Yeah, why not? Fuck
My
it.
dogs keep walking in and out of where I'm recording again. They just keep walking back and forth. That last short I put on YouTube, I did a short with the dogs barking. And
Which one?
because I cut a piece of it out to edit it, it deleted it off YouTube because it was misleading to the general public.
What was misleading on it?
Because I took the original and I edited it. So not allowed to do that. So
From your own
what are you doing?
video? From your own video?
What were you doing? Were you trying to grab a bug?
Yeah, Nat.
The gnat. So anyways, I forgot what I wanted to share with you today, but this might have to be a 2-part episode since we have so much on the table tonight.
Oh, there he is.
You know, there I'm. So the one thing I wanted to ask you is what is eye exercises for a migraine? Please
I don't know. I looked
share.
him up. I haven't. It's finally subsided a little bit. My left eye, it just feels like. I think there's symptoms of I think of one doctor when I watched, it's like an ice pick. Feels like it's going right into this nerve. It's obviously we got nerves all in there, and it just felt like for the last hour or so.
So you have ocular migraines, according to this website.
Well, today I do.
Ocular migraine is a condition that involves attack on the visual issue that affects one eye and a migraine headache. Possible visual issues include sarcoma, sickling, flickering, and temporary. Hold on.
Can you say that again for us, please?
The aurora that moves or flickers or looks like a wave alternating between light and dark. I get that sometimes.
It's making you touch your eye now. Yeah, no, there's nothing visual in it. The left eye, the right eye has got some over time. It's got some spots. But...
Fucking dogs. Stop walking in and out of the goddamn room. Everybody's
Who are you talking to, Dad? Who are you talking to?
You keep they leave the door cracked.
And then they just
push their way back in.
Wiggle the way in.
Then they go and scratch to come back out, and they're like, "You just bastards." So did you do these? Did you do these exercises that they recommend in here?
I don't know. I watched a video with a couple guys, a couple other videos. One of them was like some massaging right on the base of your neck because a couple of symptoms they said is like posture issues because if you're sleeping on the phone or sleep on the couch a lot like I do. But yeah, they said try posture issues and then also try it could be allergies.
Well, luckily
it kind of feels like
is it a mini stroke? No,
that's
not a mini stroke.
That's the scary thing because then you're starting to think if it's swelling up more, what's going on? Am I getting a
just
tumor?
Punch yourself right in the eye, see if it goes away.
I think that's gonna help.
What you need to do is you need to focus on something else and see if it's still there. Try to find that meditation technique where you're all of a sudden just feeling something, and so you focus on your breathing and then see if you still feel that flickering in your eye.
Try the inversion table, try to get if it is posture, spinal.
I firmly believe that sometimes when you don't focus on the problem, then the problem's no longer there.
Maybe. Anyway, that's why we're doing this show. See if this helps.
See, I'm looking at your eye right now. Holy shit, it's flickering away.
The first thing I thought of was we're gonna do the show and like I'm gonna start slurring my words and then Coach JC will save my life like he did his old friend.
You're just gonna lean back like yeah, and just fall down in the chair. Dude, we did a lot.
The friend you saved his life, you said you said he wasn't making any sense, right? Like he was like his sentences or something, or didn't you notice something?
I saved two people's lives.
Saved two people's lives.
I saved one guy from committing suicide.
Oh wow.
And I saved one person from a stroke. And so the stroke
is the first one real, or was in that movie when you were talking the jumper out of what was not the jump? You were the hitman in that one movie.
Yeah, that's similar, but no.
That doesn't count. That would be 3.
That was 2 real ones, 1 fake one.
Check our archives and you'll see what we're talking about.
So
I just can't remember the name of the movie now.
States.
The States, yeah. I kept thinking the
original
Heights.
Name.
The Heights for some reason. The Heights, starring Coach JC.
2 movies I've appeared in: 90 Minutes to Tucson and States.
Were you in that? Were you in that MMA fighting thing with our good buddies?
Yeah.
Hammock,
yeah. Stupid shit from Road Apple Productions. What's wrong with me?
Road Apple.
Road Apple Productions is proud to present 90 Minutes to Tucson. It is about how long it takes to get to Tucson.
In a blood battle to the death, starring this podcaster, Coach JC, fighting another comedian to the death.
No, I was fighting just some random skinny dude. So who could totally not kick my ass, but I had to get my ass kicked by him for some reason.
Oh, geez.
90 Minutes to Tucson, Aces of 8.
Now, is there a trailer to that or no?
I don't know where that even ended up. I said you probably find it at like the bottom of a bin in Walmart. Hey, this looks like a good movie. 90 Minutes to Tucson, featuring God, what was that guy's name?
I know that guy. He was wrestling.
Tigress. His name was Tigress. He was a
Tigress.
He was actually a UFC fighter or wannabe UFC fighter who made a movie, and he was producing it and doing the whole thing. And then Road Apple Productions was filming it. So it was called
Apple Productions.
His motorcycle group was like Aces of 8 or something, like what he called themselves, and they couldn't even afford to put the patches on the jackets like permanently, so they just safety pinned them on.
Oh, jeez.
Very cheesy.
Don't want to ruin these jackets by putting this movie logo on.
And then everybody's like, how long is this movie going to take? Because I got to go home and mow the lawn. So it was very sad.
Gotta go home and watch The Peanut Butter Falcon.
Good movie. I don't know why you make fun of it.
I did watch it, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, we'll get into that. I just wanted to find out what your ocular migraine involved. Attacking a visual disturbance that affects the eye and the migraine headaches. Is that what you're getting?
It just hurts right here a little bit. Just pressure. Just right there. That's what I'm dealing with.
That's it?
Kind of feels like, feels like it's behind the eye. That's kind of the best way that they describe it too. It's like, like ice cream
headaches.
Is it ice cream headache? Yeah, that would just go in. That's what it feels like. It just doesn't go away. It just feels like it's an ice cream eye headache that won't leave. Just goes right in there.
Well, it appears that it'll look like this when you're done. What the fuck is that?
Let's hope not. Looks like makeup.
Like someone got like a tumor in their eyelid. That's crazy looking.
Yeah, that is crazy.
That's what your eye's going to look like.
Have you ever had one of those?
No.
I had itching like on usually the other, like kind of like on the corner. Like if something like that is gone, that I've had, but nothing like that. Like growth on the eyelid.
Not yet. let's record tomorrow and see what it looks like.
You'll know if I don't answer.
Your eyes gonna be all glued shut. And you're gonna be like, oh yeah. So maybe you have pink eye.
It's gonna tough to operate.
Maybe you have pink eye. How do you know you have migraine? Maybe you just have pink eye. You ever had pink eye?
Is that a symptom of? Yeah, a long time ago, not recently.
You might have pink eye. You've been hanging out. You've been hanging out with the sixth graders at recess, touching your eye a lot, huh? You've been
pink eye. That's the same symptoms of pink eye.
Symptoms of pink eye could be. Could be a sty too. That's what that picture was. That was
a sty. Yeah, it's not a sty. It's a headache.
Well, it's a headache because of the pain in your eye.
It doesn't feel like it's on the eye. Like that's what I've said. It's like
it's on your eyeball.
It's like it feels like socket pain, like above it. It feels like it's. It would feel like if you felt like you were having a tumor, but that's what they say in the video. Like it's might not be having a tumor. Just check. You know, I've alleviated it somewhat.
Is it sensitivity? Do you have sensitivity to the light?
Not so much.
Do you tear? Do you cry?
Not right now.
Yeah.
Maybe when we talk about the movie, maybe I'll start crying.
I'm just trying to figure out your problem. I'm the master of WebMD. I'm just trying to look it up real quick.
Probably the wrong person to be talking about this. Like hypochondriac. Get to the doctor now. You're gonna die.
Dude, one time my eye started flickering. I thought I was watching one of those old movies. Like it was like,
yeah.
I thought it was going
probably
down.
Had that at some point.
All of a sudden, I thought it was going to short circuit and just drop out.
No.
You ever passed out?
No, I don't remember ever passing out. You would think, you would think.
I remember passing out. No, did you ever like?
You would think in wrestling you would knock yourself silly. I don't know. Not that I can recall.
You've been knocked out. Have you ever been physically knocked out? No.
The wind. No, just like. Yeah, just no, not to the point. Like I've been kicked on the kidney for real from a little sloppy wrestler. I've been knocked in the temple for real. Obviously, like most of us who've either been fighting or wrestling, if that's a slipper. But no, nothing I can recall. Those early wrestling senton bombs off the top rope, that felt like a car crash over and over again.
Yeah,
but no fainting. Actually, no. Though
never fainted.
No. Have you
fainted? Or been knocked out?
Knocked out, fainted. Anything
I have been knocked out.
Have you?
Yeah.
Ooh, shit. In that one movie?
Why is it always going to be in a movie? Why can't it just be knocked out?
So in a bar fight, you were knocked out?
Oh, no. Come on. I'm not a pussy. Take blows to the head. I've been knocked out by one of these.
Oh, fuck. Oh, that knocked you out while you were doing it?
Yep. My first time ever doing the caber toss in the Highland games.
Did they warn you of that before you started doing it? Like, be careful, you might knock yourself out, son.
So the one thing you got to remember, even though we are considered athletes, I guess, it's used loosely, we're athletes, is that we are not athletes. We are drunk people out there throwing shit around. And so we went out there and threw this. And the one that I attempted to do was 17 feet long. It was 90 pounds. And I never done that before. I've never picked up a log. And so when I attempted to do it, how you see how the hands are underneath of it, where he's knocked
up on my own log.
Yeah, where he's cradling the how he's cradling the bottom of the caber. He's holding it. Yeah. So you gotta go down, pick it, squeeze it, pop it up. I have a video. Pop it up, and then you run with it, and then you toss it, you flip it. Well, I didn't know how to pick it, so I squeezed it like most guys do. If you ever watch guys do it, they've never done it before. They do the same thing over and over a time, but they couldn't pick it up. So I lost my balance. It started to lean back. Now, picture 17 feet tall. The distance between that guy's shoulder and where it's touching is probably like a foot and a half, 2 feet. So, I mean, you still got another 16 feet. So I couldn't balance it. Plus, it's tapered at the top, which means it's really heavy. And then it gets skinny. So I couldn't hold it. I was trying to balance it. I was trying to pull it in. Couldn't pull it in. Lost control of it. And instead of just turning and letting it fall, I threw it behind me like this. I pushed it. And the tip hit the ground, came right back down on top of my head, like bonk. And
like a cartoon.
And how my brother
keeps knocking you onto the ground.
That's how my brother explained it. He said, from a distance, he said all you could hear was, hey, watch out. And then saw me with my arms flying up in the air as I was going down, like flat on my ass. He says he just sees me go like this, and I just fell. And I don't remember that part. What I do remember is hearing it hit me in the head. And then, then me like getting off the ground. I could see people's feet running.
Yeah.
And I stood up real fast, and then I just went right back to the ground.
Oh, shit.
And so what was funny was they were like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, yeah. And here comes the ambulance guy. Well, I had a ball cap on backwards, and where it hit my head probably saved me from splitting my skull open.
Oh, shit.
But what it did, it was such a blunt hit that when they removed my ball cap, the top layer of skin of my head was inside the ball cap. And so the guy goes, "Ooh." And I go, "What?" And I look at my head and I go, "Oh." And I could see little stubbles of hair in my scalp inside. Go, and he goes, "Don't touch it." And so they took a big gauze pad and they just kind of wadded it up and put it on there. They asked me if I want to go to the hospital. I said no. And then I said, "I want to finish. I just started." And then my wife showed up later and watched me throwing. And someone said, "That guy got hit in the head with a log." And she goes, "Who?" And they pointed at me, and I got yelled at. I had to go to the hospital. I had a concussion. So, but I tell you this, I was
still competing with a concussion.
I was really dumb. I shouldn't have been competing. I should have went home.
No, you lost part of your scalp.
Dude, it was like the thinnest layer of skin. It was bad. I shouldn't have done that. I should. And that's probably why I'm
top by a log. I'm fine.
That's probably why I'm like,
compete.
Yeah, think how many times I took a shot to the head from football and
just a flesh wound. I'm
90 pounds straight on top of my head, dude. It was like,
that's like someone picturing hitting you in the top of the head with a large fucking bat or something.
So dumb that I stood there and just kept doing it. But it was funny too. The other part, it was funny.
You're so concussed, shot putting into the crowd. What is this guy doing? You're throwing the wrong way.
Just throwing rocks into the crowd, doing the stone foot.
He doesn't want to stop. He says he's fine.
They're over there going. There's Coach, where are you at for your? I'm over there I'm in the crowd just eating popcorn.
Are you ready for your next throw? Where is this guy?
I'm on the.
Doing a log run for some reason.
Yeah, I'm on the ground just playing with little Tonka trucks.
Throwing little blinking logs. I got it.
What's wrong with this guy? Oh, he just took a shot to the head with a log.
He refused to go to the hospital. He has a severe concussion, but he refuses to go. He wants to continue and finish the games.
Yeah, he said he trained for this. He wanted to be in, and I didn't train. It was such a lie. It was like, so
I can throw this log. I seen him do it on TV.
Yeah, I did. I tried to. So how do you train for that? It was in Phoenix at the time, so I really didn't have any way to train for it, and I didn't have any way to like pick up logs. So I was just trying to find a way. So I was just picking weight up, just picking up heavy weight, not really accounting for the balance part of the whole process, which is what probably was the hardest part of it. So let me stop this.
Is there a video of someone getting knocked out to simulate what happened to you?
Actually, the same event. Someone got their collarbone broken.
Ooh.
Yeah. So here's me probably 2 years ago at the games.
Still doing it.
Why? Why? Because we fucking can.
So you can see how high that is.
Yeah.
So that one was probably 18 feet tall. So I already picked it, but I should be bent over more as I'm doing this, but I'm not.
Because we fucking can. And if we can, we do. And if we lift our heel.
So the idea is to like get it so it lands. So I'm not the perfect person for this. What?
Good job catching that in reverse.
The caber catch.
Make sure you're not knocked out as it comes back at you.
So anyways, so the part I should be doing better. Let's see if I can get a.
Is that your coach behind you? All right, keep it going. Flip it.
It's my Mickey from Rocky.
Come on, Rock. You got this, Rock.
You gotta do this for the people in the stands, for all the children, for everybody. As you can tell, he's wearing a kilt with pants, so it's cold.
He's pretty brave, standing right behind you. You will never drop it.
So again. The idea of the caber toss is, so the judge doesn't want to get killed, so he stands off to the side while you pick it, so you can see it. Because a lot of guys pick it and they run backwards.
Yeah.
So pick it first, then you get the balance, then he gets behind you. Now he's supposed to stay square with you where he is right now.
Yeah.
Because he has to, when you toss the caber and it flips, it has to land like a clock. So it has to land like a 12 o'clock, and then it goes down this way.
Yeah.
So the score is perfect as 12, 1 o'clock, anywhere in the half shape of the clock, 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock. Is considered a flip. 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock is considered a flip. Anything on the 9 o'clock, 3 o'clock down on the bottom of the clock is just considered degrees. That's why that dude is standing off to the right of me. He's watching. So I should have, this caber was 105 pounds, so it was a little heavier than I wanted. But I should run further. I should get more speed. And then when I plant, there's my feet. They're kind of square.
Yeah.
That's where he sets up to see exactly where the caber lands. Problem is, I kind of tossed it out. See how far I threw it?
Yeah.
And then I also have a problem with, instead of keeping my hands together as I'm tossing it, I throw my hands out, which is bad. That's not what you want to do. You want to keep your hands closer together because I kind of lose momentum. But as I toss it, see how far it goes?
Yeah.
That's pretty far. So I toss it out there pretty good, and when it lands, you see it bounce, boom, and it jumps. I don't want it to jump because that's where I'm going to lose my flip. I want it to stick, and then flip. So it bounces, and luckily it kind of bounced and kept going. So I got 11 o'clock on that one.
Huh.
So as I stand proudly watching it flip over.
So a perfect one would be just 12 o'clock all the way down. Is that what you're saying?
A perfect one would be in line with where that caber landed right here.
Yeah.
You can kind of see it dropping to the left, falling this way.
Yeah.
Should be falling straight, like just complete.
Yeah, straight over.
So I would have got a 12 o'clock. So that would have been a perfect score.
Huh.
And I didn't get a perfect score. So, and then I put it, of course, to the Peaky Blinder song because I think it's cool. So it's my favorite part of that movie. TV show.
Why? Why? Because we fucking can.
That's right.
Because we fucking can. And if we can, we do. And if we lift our heel,
yeah. So that's
impressive still, though.
It's pretty, that was in my 50s. That was 50 when I did that. So might have been last year. Might have been 51. So I compete with a group of masters, and masters is misleading because Masters doesn't mean that we're masters. Masters just means we're older. And so people always think, oh, you must mean because you're really good. And you're like, no, it just means that we're old. And so
Veterans.
It's not, yeah, we're the retired. We're the ones that should be retiring, is how I say it. We're the retired.
Just waiting for their backs to throw out doing this competition year after year.
So every year I do this. I go to the chiropractor right afterwards, and they're always like, what were you doing? Were you throwing logs around again? Honestly, that's not even the hardest part of the games. That's probably the easiest part of the whole lifting process, is to lift the cabers. The rest of the shit is hard. Like I'll see if I can get a video for you. But throwing the weight for distance and throwing all that weight around can be, it's harder on your shoulders and stuff because it's 56 pounds or it's 42 pounds. It's just a lot of weight. So something I was doing that before I even met you. That's when I got knocked out. I think I was like 26 when I started.
I could do this wrestling shit. I've already been knocked out by a big
dog. You were on my bucket list of things to do.
If I can get knocked out by a log, there's not a human alive in your group of little teenagers that can knock me out.
Yeah, I'm surprised that I didn't go like down for. I mean, I was out for like two. I was out for seconds.
Yeah, that's
because
crazy.
I remember it was. But dude, I've fallen off of like 8 foot like stuff and landed straight on my head. That's why I got all those scars on my head. And I've done some serious shit to my skull.
You fell off a roof, didn't you? Thankfully, you didn't fall.
I landed on my ribs. On my ribs.
Yeah.
But I
shoveling a roof.
My head is probably the part that's been taking the most damage of my life. That's why I said if I don't have any type of, I told my one set, I said I just have like a blood vessel in there just waiting to just one day I'll be talking to you and I'll be like, just drop.
keep talking while you're knocked out.
Yeah.
Okay. Coach has decided to take a nap here.
Yeah. Hey, what's wrong with you? Why are you going? Why are you getting all sleepy?
Could have saved his life if you didn't continue recording the show. You should have dialed 911. Thought he was just taking a nap.
You don't know my address. He's
somewhere.
Flagstaff.
Yeah, his name's Coach JC.
Do a ping.
Somewhere in Arizona.
Ping. Do a ping.
Do a ping. Can you ping his phone from my phone?
So this is the thing I put together one time for just to kind of promote a show. And are you still there?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh, you're like frozen in this.
I got froze.
So anyway,
that's just my eye.
There's something that. Oh wait, I forget. God dang
it! Highland Games tutorial.
It's kind of what it was. So I was doing.
How you do it, folks?
So I was doing it for a show. I was trying to promote a show, and I was showing them how to throw the weight for distance. And so
demonstration is we throw 42 pounds on the end of a chain and a handle. It's kind of like medieval times. I was going to do a demonstration for you today on how you throw out your back. And I'm 51 years old, so I'm in what they call masters. Masters doesn't mean that we're awesome. Masters just means we're old. You spend more time talking about your injuries than you do your actual throwing. But that one definitely wasn't the greatest.
It looks like it goes farther back.
I'm gonna throw this into this parking lot.
Don't care.
It's just in the middle of a forest.
Grip it and rip it.
I do have a really good throw in here, actually. I threw it pretty far.
The idea is to not hurt yourself, to throw it as far as you can. And in Prescott, everybody PRs.
Yeah. So in that Prescott event, everything goes slanted downhill. So if you throw downhill, you throw a lot further.
Through like 50-some feet. One more. One more.
This one's funny. When I go one more, I swear I like
Who
hurt my
knows?
knee.
Who knows?
Oh, no.
I was trying to.
Oh, no.
Ugh.
Shit.
Should have just let it go.
No. That was not it. It's like the size of a 6-year-old. I think
Dancing with the hammer throw.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's
I'm just gonna spin around and dance for a
dude,
while.
so the hardest part about it is you have to let the weight pull you because you can't control the weight. So you have to kind of sit back on it and sit and let the weight kind of swing you. A lot of times I do it still. You try to throw the weight around and then you get going too fast. And then they have this toe board in the front that you have to stop in front of and throw, just like a discus thrower or a shot putter. And as I get there, you kind of see that weight throwing you forward and you just come flying over the top of it because it's so much weight. So one time I put together that for 56 pounds is what the younger group, the below masters uses. When I was in the younger group, it was 56 pounds. So I was making my own with a chain, carabiner, and I was trying to figure out, like, because it was bending the carabiners, the weight would torque it and just bend it and break it.
Yeah.
So I looked up how much weight that sucker is pulling. It says it pulls equivalent to 500 pounds.
Oh, wow.
So once you start swinging, that tension on the chain and everything has to be a pretty heavy carabiner or it's going to bust that sucker. So it's no joke. I don't know why they let people just do it first, just sign up. But when I first started, you had to like sign up and tell them like your background of sports, like what you've done, and they decide what class you're in. So, and then I don't think it's hard because I ran these games too, and you always get these yoo-hoos that just say, I lift a lot of weight at the gym, I can do this, and they don't have any athletic ability, so they go out there and just hurt themselves. But hopefully their wives are there to take them to the doctor.
How would you feel the Ramrock would do in one of those events?
He would do pretty good because he's pretty light on his feet.
Pretty strong dude too.
Yeah, I think he would do very well too because he's kind of short bodied, which a lot of guys tend to do well in. The parts that he wouldn't do well would be weight over bar, which is just the same kind of thing I was throwing, but you throw it up over a high bar.
Yeah,
he probably wouldn't do well on that because he's just taller dudes always seem to do because they got bigger reach. And probably the hammer throw, which is like a cast iron ball on a stick, you kind of swing it and throw it behind you. Same thing. If you got height, you got reach, but he's pretty strong, so he probably would handle it pretty good since he can squat still and deadlift quite a bit of weight. I think he should do it. It'd be a good transition from wrestling. I think it would cause. It would be kind of fun for him. I think it would cause a little more excitement and being strong and being around a bunch of dudes. Plus, he kind of fits that Celtic look. Kind of again, he's kind of looks like a Viking. He'd be cool, a little kilt on. So if you ever wanted to do it, probably the closest place for him to get a chance to do it is probably be like Prescott. And Prescott actually has a class where they teach you during the event. So they kind of show you how to do it. Same with Phoenix. Phoenix has one too, where they kind of walk you through and they have people show you how to do it, which is a lot nicer than you won't be knocking yourself out with a fucking caber. So it would probably be a lot better if you had someone actually showing you how to do these things instead of just saying, all right, get in there and grip it and rip it and see what happens. And then smash. I mean, that could have broke my fucking neck.
No kidding. Shit.
It's just same thing happened to the guy. Same exact fucking thing. He threw it and it came right down. It hit him right on the shoulder. It just busted his clavicle. And it was like, yeah. So, and again, people come to the Highland games to watch this. They come here to watch them throw the logs.
Yeah.
Funniest thing is it's not a huge test of strength, that part.
Yeah.
The hardest part is the other shit. Now, when you get into the A's, which I've done a few times, or you get into the pros, some of those cabers weigh like 150 pounds. And that's fucking tough to pick it up. So it's cool. It's cool to watch, but it's also just, I don't know, just like a strongman competition for Celtic games. So
Beer guzzling folk.
I drink the beer. Some guys don't drink. Some guys don't drink because they don't want to do it. And it's smart. I mean, you're kind of dumb if you're doing this shit while drinking beer, but sometimes, after you do a couple throws, it's kind of nice to have a shot of whiskey or a beer just to kind of ease the nerves.
Yeah.
But there's been people out there drunk. Drunk's not a good idea. Don't be drunk while doing this.
Yeah,
Because
probably
again,
not a good idea.
all those people that are standing behind that guy, those cabers, they sometimes are close to those rope areas where they're watching and shit. Sometimes those people lose, and 17 feet, again, another 4 or 5 feet in the air, and they lose control of it. It can go into a crowd. So yeah, it's a dangerous fucking event. It is. It's a dangerous event. And when you're there watching, if you're standing on the side, you need to be paying attention, because same thing when you're spinning with that weight. There's people about 10 feet behind me watching.
Ooh.
Right.
That's dangerous.
So if I let go of that fucker and accidentally shoot it into a crowd, people sit there with babies and strollers like, oh, look at that. I'm like, look at that, Jimmy. Smash the freaking shit out of their stroller. So you just got to have some common sense. But these people, they stand there and they watch the games like everybody's has this under control, and anything can happen. I mean, you can accidentally, shit could slip out of your hands. It's not like we're holding on.
They're fine, folks. These are the masters.
These are professionals. I don't know about that.
I could think goes into the crowd. He was a master. I didn't thought he had it under control.
Like, yeah, you wouldn't stand next to a discus thrower without a net on going, I hope he has control of that. Yeah, fucking that.
Can't possibly make a mistake.
Yeah. You can make a huge mistake and just boom, shoot that scary. In, kill somebody, knock it off.
Very scary.
So we just went from not talking about a movie at all to doing this, talking about me and the Highland games. See how this shit happens?
Segue into the strength of the Peanut Butter Falcon as he holds Jake the Snake Roberts up over his head and tosses him into the fucking outside of the ring.
That was the best part of the whole movie. Well, we only have like a minute and a half left, so we should wrap up this one, and then we'll do another episode discussing Peanut Butter Falcon. And have you been watching The Penguin?
I have. I've caught up to the last one too, the one from last Sunday.
I'm curious then what you're thinking, because I saw something about that. All right, well, tune in as we discuss a movie that came out a long time ago, Peanut Butter Falcon and The Penguin. And whatever else comes up during this me podcast, you listen with MC and Coach JC and my two dogs who cannot stop banging on the door.
Hey, at least they're not barking this episode.
They're listening, like someone's downstairs, and they're like, "Do you hear this? Pay attention. Something's outside's danger."
Last time,
Sadie, and I know what's happening.
Last time they got us on tape. I don't want to bark too loud to get on tape again.
Sadie's here again. She's going to make one more appearance before the time's up. Come on, Sadie. Come on, Sadie. Do it. Show your master. Fucking dog. Looks like a splinter.
They want to get paid now. Not doing this shit without getting paid.
She gave me a union contract. All right. Me podcast, you listen. Make sure you subscribe. Check us out. And thanks for listening to me, Highland. You get knocked in the head with a log.